A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, a galaxy of intellectuals, honored guests, teachers, and all my dear friends. I take immense pride and honor in welcoming you all to the inaugural ceremony of STAI 2021. The mega event STAI 2021 got launched successfully on 18 September, and now it's time for the curious and creative minds to showcase their talents, and they're all geared up for the real battle. Before moving ahead for the formal proceedings of this launch, I request you all to join us virtually with the national anthems of Sultanate of Oman and India. STAI celebrates both Oman Vision 2040 and Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to bring forth immense scientific talent to the front and change the learning genre and the level of competitions in the Sultanate of Oman. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Let us wish this light of education takes over the darkness of differences, injustice, and violence in the world and guides us towards progress, equality, and freedom. We will have our traditional auspicious lamp lighting ceremony virtually. Thank you, delightful dancers, for adding the auspicious twilight of a spiritual glow to the program. The very essence of leadership is that you have to have a vision. It's got to be a vision you articulate clearly and forcefully on every occasion. And beyond doubt, Indian School Salalah is blessed to have such a visionary leader, Dr. Saeed Ehsan Jamil, President of the School Management Committee. May I request Dr. Saeed Ehsan Jamil, President of the School Management Committee and Deputy Vice Chancellor, Dhofar University, to deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Thank you very, very much. Our chief guest, Honorable His Excellency Manu Mahawar, Dr. Shiva Kumar Manikkam, the Chairman of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman, Syed Salman, the Vice Chairman, Ms. Ashwani Swarkar, the Finance Director, the other members of the Board of Directors, my DIC, Mr. Sirajuddin, the guest of honor, Dr. Zehran Al-Salti, the Dean of the College of Banking and Financial Services, Mr. Rajesh Rana, the Chief Executive Officer of Stellar Cyber Analytics, all the SMC presidents and members of the SMCs of the various schools of the Indian schooling system, the STAI coordinators who have done a really fantastic job for over the years, for over the months, to see that this initiative comes to force, the students, the participants, all the esteemed guests, my own very supportive SMC colleagues at the Indian School Salalah, and a very, very enthusiastic and a wonderful, hardworking, diligent staff of the Indian School Salalah. I welcome you all to STAI 2021. This is a journey that we have basically gone over for over a month. Day and night, we have been able to come to see and ensure that we come up with something which is very near to heart. And of course, thanks goes to Dr. Shiva Kumar, who has been one of those at the helm of this affair and has been the person who's behind the entire idea. So thanks, Dr. Shiva Kumar. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever the world is faced with any kind of catastrophic challenges, which threatens the very existence, be it war, be it famine, be it pandemic, be it earthquake, be it tsunami, any of them, there have been but one which came to the rescue of all humanity. It is science, technology, and the innovation, the STAI. The very recent pandemic, COVID-19, threatened the very existence of humanity. If you look at the data, it shows that around 250 million people were affected by this particular pandemic, by this virus called COVID-19. Almost 4.5 million died because they were unable to suffer and face the COVID-19, virus. And the entire world went for a lockdown. The entire amount of wealth that we have amassed over a long period of time, be it a very developed country or a very underdeveloped country, be it a powerful country or a weak country, we all found everybody becoming helpless. Who came to the rescue? The scientist couple from BioNTech, Dr. Ugur Shaheen, Dr. Özlem Turusi, or it is Dr. Sarah Gilbert from Oxford University, which came up with two brands of the vaccine, both Pfizer and AstraZeneca, which helped us now slowly overcome the entire pandemic. We are now in a particular trend of time where we have been able to see and ensure that this pandemic comes within the control and the humanity continues as it is before. It has been seen, and I have seen that and witnessed a lot of, deaths which happened, a lot of suffering which has happened in the pandemic, wherein if you go to the hospital, you'll find that the most important machine which basically helped people to survive had been the ventilator, invented by a scientist called Forrest Bird. In fact, today, science and technology is the guiding force and the guiding light to see and ensure the development of humanity from what we are. Some of the quintessential inventions of the 20th century have been the internet, television, the penicillin or the antibiotic, the computer, the mobile cell phone, the aeroplane, the vacuum cleaner, the nuclear power, the satellite, and the microwave oven. Though not all inventions have been on good, there have been some inventions which have brought more harm than good. For example, the plastics, the cigarettes, the gunpowder, and dynamite, to name just a few. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, in this new era of the 21st century, we found that newer domains are being explored, newer aspects are being, conquered, and we are trying to usher in through whom? Through STAI, the science, technology, and the innovative forces that are working round the clock 24/7 into 365 to ensure that human development must be on course. Our life will become much more better than what it used to be in yesteryears. And that is why we are now into what is called the fourth industrial revolution, or what we call as smart factory, an amalgam of the physical, the digital, and the biological world coming together, characterized by the conversion of the nanotechnology, the biotechnology, the new material and advanced digital productions known as the ADP, the 3D printings, the human and the machine interface, which basically is called HMI, leading to a new technique called FinTech, and the artificial intelligence concepts of the virtual reality, the augmented reality, and the robotics. Given this balance, it is very essential, ladies and gentlemen, that to ensure that the STAI, the science, technology, and innovation, remain the most preferred domain for young generation or generation next. As what our ex-president APJ Abdul Kalam wrote, that we need today ignited minds. A very philanthropic book that was really, path-breaking in trying to show and us that, okay, the next generation needs that scientific, temper. STAI 2021 is but a noble initiative to create that scientific temper and its attitude. That is why the logo says, curious by heart and creative by mind. And that is what is the philosophy of trying to do this particular event, and help focus on the experiential learning, the practicality of education, changing the curriculum to ensure that this domain remain very much an acceptable domain. Given the kind of scenario in which we are, the other domains became more lucrative, and therefore the generation next has been lured towards greener pastures, with science and technology posing too much of effort to be put in and too much of time to be invested. It finds that it is not that attractive as the other domain. I'm sure that today, with this particular event, we are trying to look at how we can create those ignited minds. I would like to welcome some of the star, galaxy of people who are there on the panel today. Of course, His Excellency Manu Mahawar, the Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman, very, very supportive. His Excellency has always tried his level best to ensure that his support is given to the Indian schooling system. His recent visit also to the Indian school Salalah, he never winked an eye to offer all kinds of supports that is towards the academic excellence. And of course, we have a very, very, dynamic person in the form of Dr. Shiva Kumar Manickam, a career academician, a person from the information technology domain himself, who has been within a 6 months period, has created very many initiatives. One of the initiatives that I picked as one of the best has been the establishment of the Center for Academic Excellence in Teaching and Learning, which is very, very imperative to be able to inculcate those ignited mind and seeing and ensuring that the academic excellence very much be a part and parcel of the Indian schooling system. And of course, we have our guest of honor, Dr. Zehran Ansalti, known to be, a man of eminence, a career academician himself, started with his career in the Ministry of Education in the area of science and technology, and today heads a very prestigious college known as the College of Banking and Financial Studies. During his tenure as the Director of Community Service, he has done too much in terms of seeing and ushering how well we can have that outreach. And lastly, Mr. Rajesh Rana, the CEO of Stellar, has been at the forefront of forensic aspects of how IT can be used in much more better perspective. I thank you all of you to be here on this inauguration of STAI 2021. I wholeheartedly welcome all of you, and I'm sure that your experience with this event will basically awaken many minds and would lead to what again our ex-president said, ignited mind. So welcoming all of you, thank you very, very much for being here, and I welcome and see to the fact that this STAI event will bring much more laurels and will end to this initiative and aim that we have been looking for. Thank you very, very much to all.
Thank you, sir, for this overwhelming welcome. Men make history and not the other way around. In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. And we are really fortunate to have such a personality amidst us, who is none other than Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, our Honorable Chairman, Board of Directors for Indian Schools in Oman. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, who has been a strong pillar of support in all our endeavors, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Innovation is seeing what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. Chief guest, His Excellency Shri Manu Mahawar, Ambassador of India. Guest of honor, Dr. Zahran Al-Salti, Dean CBFS. Keynote speaker, Mr. Rajesh Rana, CEO, Stellar Cyber Analytics. Mr. Syed Salman, Vice Chairman of the Board of Directors of Indian Schools. Mrs. Ashwini Saurika, Finance Director. Mr. Sirajuddin Nailak, Academic Chair. Mr. Gajesh Ji and Mr. Dev Singh Patil of Indian Schools Oman Board of Directors. President, Professor Syed Azhan Jamil, and other school management committee members. Principal, Mr. Deepak Pathankar, school management committee members, principals of other schools, teachers, and students of Indian schools across Oman. A very good morning. Science, technology, and innovation has been playing a very crucial role in human development. Expensive computers of the size of a washing machine is now smaller in size to fit into our pockets. We are becoming smarter because of smartphones that replace the need of telephone, camera, calculator, diary, music player, computers, and so on. There is a law in computing called Moore's law, which states that in every 24 months, the speed of devices will be doubled and the size will be halved. At this speed, I am sure in few years' time, we all will be directly connected to a Wi-Fi network without even any devices. Your teacher's notification can appear in your mind to produce that real light bulb moment. And what they want to teach you will be right in there wherever you are. Google seems to have already realized this necessity and stands a step closer to what is now called mind uploading. Imagine each one of us having a backup of our memory linked with our Gmail account. Wow, it will be so cool. The following prompts will be popping up everywhere. By clicking this, you agree to download the complete data of your 5-year degree course to your brain in the next 4 seconds. Please select which language you wish to speak in. Warning, you are about to replace the contents of your brain with that of Albert Einstein's. This is what being referred as digital immortality. That scientists predict will happen during next decade. Scientific and technological advances have long been recognized as engines of economic growth and rising prosperity. What is happening now was magical to our ancestors. What is going to happen tomorrow will be magical to us as well. Improvements in health and other sectors are also increasing life expectancy has increased in turn productivity in agriculture, transportation, manufacturing, and other sectors of economy that have witnessed significant role of scientific and technological progress. Programs like STAI instills a scientific temperament in our students. They are becoming aware of the role of science and technology play in the transformation of life in the world, and how as future leaders they should respond positively to the changing trend. I congratulate Indian School Salalah and the STAI organizing team for spearheading this scientific temper among the students of Indian schools across Oman. May the knowledge that you have gained from participating in STAI be the guiding force to illuminate the world in the years to come. All the very best to the participating students and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your wishes. Dear ladies and gentlemen, let me take the privilege to invite you to watch a video presentation on our honorable chief guest, His Excellency Shri Manu Mahavar, popularly known as People's Ambassador.
Shri Manu Mahavar, an epitome of brilliance, hard work, and diligence, assumed the post of the Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman on August 21, 2018. A leader par excellence, popularly known as People's Ambassador, has created a legacy for many to dream more, learn more, and do more. His Excellency has strengthened and enhanced the millennia-old friendship between India and Oman through strategic partnerships in the fields of economy, heritage, tourism, and health. Service to mankind is his vision and mission. Vande Bharat mission is an exemplification of His Excellency's compassion towards the Indian diaspora. Marching forward for a good cause to invest in a capital asset, our health. His Excellency at Indian School Salalah, a moment to be cherished forever. Thank you, sir, for providing an unconditional service to the Indian community and for being an inspiration.
I hope that all of you enjoyed the presentation of His Excellency Shri Manu Mahavar, Ambassador of India to the Sultanate of Oman, who visited our school recently and was quite happy to note the successful completion of 40 years of academic excellence. Now we request our distinguished chief guest, His Excellency Shri Manu Mahavar, to deliver the inaugural speech. Sir, please.
Thank you very much for your very kind and generous introduction. Guest of honor, Dr. Jaharan Al-Salti, Dean, College of Banking and Financial Studies. Keynote speaker for today's event, Mr. Rajesh Rana, CEO and Director, Stellar Cyber Analytics. Chairman and members of Board of Directors of Indian Schools in Oman. President and members of the school management committees, principals, teachers, dear students. Good morning. It's a great pleasure for me to join you all for this mega event, STAI 2021. I had the privilege and pleasure of attending the inaugural event in January 2019, if I recall correctly, in Indian School, Muscat. And I was quite impressed by both the quality and scale of this event. The concept itself was very appealing. And really, I feel strongly that such events will go a long way in inculcating the scientific temper among our students. So I'm really happy that after a gap of 2 years, we are able to organize this event again. And I would like to congratulate the school management, the board, the team in Salalah for putting together this mega event. It's really a great pleasure to reconnect with the Salalah school team. As Dr. Jamil mentioned, I visited the school recently, and I had a detailed interaction with the school team. I congratulate Salalah School for successfully completing 4 decades of operation. I was quite, again, impressed by the infrastructure that has been put in place and the approach that has been adopted in the school to help or ensure overall growth and development of our students. So I would like to extend my best wishes to Dr. Jamil, his team, and the school board for a successful organization of STAI 2021. I've been told that like in the first inaugural edition of this event, this year also you will have several events focusing on computing, mobile app development, artificial intelligence, spelling bee, etc. I extend my best wishes to all the participants. Definitely, you will enjoy your participation in this special event. Like Dr. Jamil and Dr. Shivakumar mentioned, science, technology, and innovation have played the central role in resolving our global challenges, and of course they continue to help us find solutions challenges that the world is confronting today. Technology and innovation have been at the core of India's efforts also to improve the ease of living, and as Prime Minister Modi said, where convention fails, innovation can help. So really that is the approach that India is adopting in seeking to achieve rapid socio-economic transformation of the country. India has emerged as an innovation hub, and this is reflected in many ways. One indicator, of course, is how many unicorns are, emerging out of the country. Last year, in 2020, there were 12 new unicorns in India, and which put us second after US in global ranking. And this year, in the first 8-9 months itself, we have had more than 20 new unicorns in India. So that really shows how innovation and entrepreneurship is really booming in the country. We were also able to demonstrate our technological capabilities when we were able to develop a vaccine, apart from, of course, producing the AstraZeneca vaccine, which Dr. Jamil mentioned. And we are now being seen as a pharmacy of the world. In the early stages, we were not only meeting our own requirements, but we were also helping countries across the world. We were happy to support Oman also by supplying COVID vaccines. Now we have, of course, used technology to scale up our vaccination program. You must be reading in papers that on an average, we are doing 7 to 8 million vaccines. There were days when we did 25 million vaccines in a day. And all this would not have been possible but for use of technology to ensure effective vaccination and reaching out to a large population. And again, these platforms which we have developed to administer vaccines We are not only using it in India, but we have offered, we are sharing it with our friends and partners. So our approach has been to use our capabilities, whether in the fields of science and technology or whether in other areas, not only for the benefit of our own people, but for the benefit of the entire world. We strongly believe in the philosophy of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, world is one family. And I think that must guide the approach as we seek to pursue excellence in technology. We must be driven and guided by the larger goal of achieving welfare and benefit for all. So I really would like to once again express my appreciation for this unique concept, and I would like to see greater participation not only by Indian schools but also by Omani schools in such events in future editions of this event. I would like to extend our deep gratitude to the government of Oman, to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq, and to Ministry of Education in particular for their continuous support to the Indian schools and Indian diaspora in general. So thank you very much for inviting me to join you all. Best wishes.
Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. I take it as great privilege to introduce our guest of honor for this mega event, Dr. Zehran Al-Salti, Dean, College of Banking and Financial Studies. Dr. Zehran Al-Salti started his professional career at the Ministry of Higher Education, Scientific Research and Innovation, where he held a number of technical and administrative positions, the last of which was Director of Postgraduate Studies at the General Directorate of Scholarships. In 2004, he moved to academia at Sultan Qaboos University, where he worked as a faculty member at the College of Economics and Political Science and director of the Center for Community Service and Continuing Education. Now may I request Dr. Zehran Al-Salti, Dean, College of Banking and Financial Studies, our guest of honor, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you. Your Excellency, Mr. Manu Mahawar, the Ambassador of India to Oman, dear honorable speakers, principals, and teachers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the Board of Directors of the Indian schools in Oman for the kind invitation to be the guest of honor for the inauguration of STAI 2021. It's a great privilege to be part of this event, and I'm so glad to understand that Indian schools in Oman are paying very close attention to science, technology, and innovation, especially when it comes to fourth industrial revolution technologies. Such events are definitely great platforms for students to compete. And it's a great also platform to identify talents in schools. Of course, we want to see more of Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, and Arvind Krishna of IBM, and of course, many others. I don't want to take much of your time. I would like to emphasize what His Excellency, the Ambassador, just mentioned. We want to see similar events that can be extended in future with collaboration with Omani schools. As of course, such events also, it's in the top priorities for the Minister of Education. Finally, on another note, as you may all know, that a large number of graduates of Indian schools in Oman find College of Banking and Financial Studies the best choice to complete their higher education. And we are proud of all of them. And we are looking forward to see more of your talented students to join the college in the near future. I wish you a very successful an enjoyable event. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for this wonderful address. STAI celebrates science spectacularly. Science, technology, and innovation, STAI 2021 provides young scientists, innovators, and technophiles an amazing platform to create and propose their incredible ideas. Now, let me invite our beloved principal, Mr. Deepak Pathankar, to familiarize the audience with the salient features of STAI 2021. Sir, please.
Good morning, all. STAI 2020, an event for the students who are curious, creative, and innovative. During this unprecedented time, when schools are closed, the Indian schools in Oman have worked tirelessly for the days. STAI is a great venture by the Board of Directors in Indian schools in Oman, and this year, Indian School Salalah is proud to host this event. The aim of Board of Directors is to give the platform for the student to share their innovative ideas and to explore more together as a team. These initiatives of a Board of Directors has kept the students active without depriving the spirit of competition and team building. I'm happy and proud to announce that the Indian schools in Oman, with the support of the eminent board members, have made use of this virtual platform to their best. As you all know, STAI 2020 is 100% online event. Event is divided into 3 categories: K-12 school, that is the A category, then K-10 B category, and K-8, that is C category. 18 schools have participated in 15 events. The 3 days of Bega event will have a great treat for those who like to explore in science and technology, and some events were conducted online. And the feedback received from the judges and my personal observation is that students have really done more than what is expected, and they really surprise all. To encourage students, all the participants will be awarded with the E-certificate, and other than debate, spell bee, and science and maths quiz. Other event, the participants will be awarded with a 3-point grade, A+, E, and B. All these 3 live events will take place today and tomorrow. Immediately after the inauguration ceremony, we will have a science debate, and evening we will have spell bee. My dear colleagues, friends, students, and staff, please do join and enjoy this particular event. In order to encourage the students, to motivate them to know more about STAI 2021, Indian School Salalah came out with an innovative idea, and we have started a daily challenge which will create an interest among the student. And it started on the eve of a Teacher's Day on the 5th September, and it will be there till today. The participant counts speak success of this event. Each day in the evening, we posted the question, and the link was kept open by 5:30 p.m. And the first 5 fastest correct responses were selected as a winner. I have seen more than 1,000 students visited STAI website daily. They answered the challenge. The Indian school students were quite enthusiastic, and they were faster. They hit the key at the right time and became the school with the maximum winners. I'm very, very happy to announce that 17,497 students, they took daily challenge question, and I really appreciate the efforts and interest shown by our Indian school students. This year, while talking on the STAI when discussing with Dr. Alex, we have decided why not we just call the eminent personality as a keynote speaker, because their talks on this launch day, inauguration day, and the valedictory day will give enough information to the young scientist, young student. And for that, the thirst of a knowledge can be quenched by the listening to the experts of the field. So we took this opportunity and made eminent personality related to diverse field of science to address our student on the 3 days. Dr. Varsha Kelkar from Department of Biotechnology spoke about scientific research on 18 September on the occasion of a launch of STAI 2021. She has really encouraged young students to join research. Today, we are fortunate. We have Mr. Rajesh Rana, a well-known expert in forensic science and cyber crime, and he has really worked too much in this particular field. I had a talk with him, and I'm sure his speech, which will be there after a couple of minutes, is going to enlighten a lot, and I'm sure that we all will take a lot of care in future when we are going to come across this technology. Tomorrow during validity function, we are having Mr. Ravi Shankar, who has worked in a nuclear science department for more than 35 years. And I'm sure his experience, his word of advice to our young student will definitely move the moral of all the students. I'm sure that who knows, the next scientist will be from Indian schooling system. I will be more than happy if all these young students encouraged by listening to all these keynote speakers, and they really explore the various possibilities available in the field of science and technology. As I mentioned, this STAI 2021 speaks its volume. 18 K12, K10 and K8 schools have taken part, and really their efforts are really, we have to appreciate. The teacher coordinators were very, very supportive. The principal of all Indian schools in Oman are always supportive, keeping in mind to give the best to the student of Indian schools. We all principal work as a team. It's due to the collective efforts we are able to make all the students of Indian school in Oman to get an equal opportunity to compete with each other. As we mentioned, the total events are 15 divided into 3 groups, 6 events each for group A and B, and 3 events for the group C. The various events have added colors to the event. The participation shows the interest of our student, and all the event conducted has shown us the inherent potential of Indian school student. When I was going through the all participation, I've seen that in a group A, that is a K12, photography event is highly acceptable and preferred by student. I could able to see 85% participation there. In group B, debate and design 3D models, we could able to get 88% participant. And group C, that is a spell B, 100% participation. My dear colleagues, today evening, we'll be having spell B. Please do join and encourage the student of all our Indian school students. We had a very eminent judges, right from the India to Middle East, even in Oman. And the judges of each event were selected very exclusively. Some of them are from India, some of them that's very busy, but still you'll find that they were very happy. And once when we interacted and when they saw those particular event, they really mention to me that the really students had done well than it has been expected. And I really wanted to congratulate the principal and the staff of all these schools who have encouraged the student to do their best. The success of an event is a great teamwork. The tremendous support given by Board of Directors members can never be forgotten. Mr. Vinova Sirji, Dr. Alex ji always supported us and gave us the freedom to host the event the way it should be. The team of our staff who have worked day and night for the success of this event can be appreciated with our regular teaching schedule. The staff have taken these extra efforts to make this event to be a grand success. Every event coordinator with their respective team have done a meticulous planning, and the event is going to be an unforgettable one. I take this opportunity to wish all the participants all the best for STAI 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We take it as our honor to have Mrs. C.A. Ashwani Saurikar, Finance Director, Board of Directors for Indian Schools in Oman, our guest for this mega event. She was recently included amongst India's top 100 women in finance by AIWMI in the leading category. I take immense pleasure in requesting Mrs. C.A. Ashwani Saurikar, Finance Director, Board of Directors for Indian Schools in Oman, to address the gathering. Madam, please.
Thank you so much. Your Excellency Shri Manu Mahawarji, Indian Ambassador to the Sultanate of Oman and today's chief guest. Dr. Zahran Al-Salti, Dean of College of Banking and Financial Studies and today's guest of honor. Mr. Rajesh Rana, CEO and Director, Stellar Cyber Analytics and the keynote speaker for the day. Dr. Shivakumar Manikam, Chairman of the Board, Indian Schools in Oman. Mr. Saeed Salman, Vice Chairman of the Board, Indian Schools in Oman, and all my other colleagues on the Board of Indian Schools Oman. Dr. Saeed Has Jamil, SMC President, Mr. Yasir Mohammed, Co-Convener, and all the SMC members of Indian School Salalah. Mr. Deepak Patankar, Principal of Indian School Salalah and the Salalah School Team. SMC members and principals, teachers, and students of all other Indian schools in Oman. Namaste and good morning to all of you. Today we have technology being used in every walk of our lives. May it be our personal lives or in business, we cannot imagine a world without technology. To quote Godfrey Reggio, an American director, it's not that we use technology, we live technology. And I would like to extend to say that we breathe technology, we wear technology, it's everywhere. So true, and as Dr. Jamil mentioned, these COVID times have reiterated this even more. Even without leaving the comforts of our homes, we could communicate socially, we could transact businesses internationally, and we could keep up to date with what's happening across the world, all thanks to technology. Edward Teller said, the science of today is technology of tomorrow. And all these earth-breaking technological inventions taking place around us all start from a small innovative idea. So innovations lead to great inventions and technological developments and advancements, which ultimately is a life changer for all of us. Thus, science, technology, and innovation of yesterday has given us what we have today. And similarly, the science, technology, and innovation of today is going to shape up our tomorrow, the tomorrow of human existence itself. And what can be better than start at the school level itself, where the fresh young brains develop a liking and penchant for science, technology, and innovation. I feel privileged to be part of today's event being STAI 2021, and would like to take this opportunity to felicitate the team behind initiating such program at the school level. Back in 2018, being the STAI 2018, and those responsible for continuing the STAI in 2021. Congratulations to the Indian School Board for initiating the STAI 2018 and continuing with it now that we are coming out of the dark patch of the COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to congratulate the Indian School Salalah for hosting the STAI 2021. I'm happy to felicitate all the board office staff and the teachers who have made this event possible. It is true that any event, even if it lasts just for couple of days, there have been months of planning and hard work and the days and sleepless nights of efforts that goes behind putting up such a successful event. Last but not the least, I congratulate and give my best wishes to all the young scientists, our students, of course, our students of the Indian schools in Oman who have participated in this event of science, technology, and innovation, STAI 2021. May it be the developing of chatbots, creating of computer games, or innovating and conceptualizing other AI-based programs. This is not only helping develop that particular child or the young scientist in his or her development and learning, but events and experiences such as this are actually sowing the seeds for future scientific and technological innovations, which will shape and define tomorrow's world. As a board member at the Indian schools in Oman, it will be a proud moment for me to see our young scientists of today grow into famous world innovators of tomorrow and coming up with technological innovations which will shake the world and shape the future. The seeds of those tomorrow's big inventions are being sowed here and today. I wish the organizers of this event all the very best for a successful conduct of the STAI 2021 and conclude my talk. Thank you and wish you all innovation and excitement filled 2 days of STAI 2021. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am. It is my privilege and pleasure that I have been given an opportunity to introduce the honorable keynote speaker of the day. All of us here are very fortunate to have the gracious presence of our esteemed keynote speaker, who is one of the most experienced in IT industry. Where our distinguished personality has spent majority of his work experience on cyber forensics and investigation of complex cyber crimes. By this moment, all of you might have guessed the personality. He is none other than Mr. Rajesh Rana, founding director of Stellar Data Solutions Private Limited, which was founded in 2004, and Stellar Cyber Analytics Private Limited. He has been training the officers from different departments, such as police, intelligence, taxation, vigilance bureau, etc., from various states across India. He has trained hundreds of cyber security professionals and accomplished thousands of cyber investigation jobs over the past 15 years. Dear sir, we once again extend a very hearty welcome. And thank you for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. We look forward to your address to our younger generation who are aspiring to be future scientists and technologists. Sir, I request you to kindly address the gathering. Sir?
Sorry, it was muted. I unmuted now. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for inviting me at this great event. Actually, I really appreciate the schools are doing this much at this level, and they are introducing students to such the great, technologies. We are coming up the science and everything, which is the future, as Jamil sir said. I want heartily welcome our guest of honor, Jaran Al-Salti. Thank you, His Excellency, for your kind words and pearls of wisdom shared with the students, Mr. Manu Mahavar. And thank you, Deepak sir, and organizing such a, and really appreciate all of your team who has done such a great job in organizing this event. So as you know that in the last 1.5 years, we are facing the pandemic, and this pandemic has opened a host of opportunities, and different ideas are coming up in the world. And technology is helping in a big way, but such kind of open technology opening, I may request you to allow me to share a presentation actually. So I will start a presentation. I can't share the content right now. Who's sharing the screen, please? Can I share my screen?
It's given. Go ahead, sir. It's given.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. No, it's still not. You cannot start screen share while other participant is sharing. I think other participant is sharing a screen, this present video. They have to unshare, then I can share. I have done it. It's saying you cannot start screen share while now. Okay, looks like no. Still not. Yeah, I can now. Yeah. So I will be speaking and I will try to bring a little bit of information about the cybercrime, about the cybersecurity, which is going to the future, and as much as I can in this speech. Let's see. Everybody knows that what is data. We are generating a host of data, and I'm sure that everybody knows that data is new currency. Data is new weapon which can destroy any country overnight. And I'm sure that you know that it's a cyber warfare going on. That how many countries are hacking data of different countries. During the next 5 years, cybercrime might become the greatest threat to every person, place, and thing in the world. Even the billionaire businessman Warren Buffett takes it a step further and he says that cyber attacks are the #1 problem with the mankind, even worse than nuclear weapons. So we are generating how much data? I'm sure nobody is having any idea that what kind of data we are generating. We are generating a lot of videos these days as everybody's connecting through Zoom, like we are on this conference, this event. So this kind of data we are generating, we are having a lot of devices around the world which is working right now through the internet, be it your IoT devices, be it your phones, your servers, your computers, everything is there, banking and etc. And this data is being collected by a lot of agencies as well, a lot of companies as well. And how much data we create every day? It is mind-boggling. We usually create approximately 2.5 quintillion data every day, which is approximately 1 million terabyte. And at our current pace, that pace is only accelerating with the growth of Internet of Things. Like everybody's having a smart TV, everybody's having a smart car, everybody's having a smart watch. What smart we are not having? We are into wearable devices. Over the last 2 years alone, approximately 90% of the data in the world was generated. Can we imagine that data we have generated in the last 50 years and last 2 years is equal to that 50 years? So this kind of data generation speed is going on. This is small infographic that how much growth of digital data is there every minute, how much data we are generating. Approximately every minute there are 277,777 stories are being posted on Instagram. Approximately 18 million mails are sent every minute. Approximately a lot of data being like on Netflix, let's say every minute approximately 6.9 million videos are being viewed. There's so much data we are generating, and this is going to be a very important topic in the next 5 years. How much data we are generating?
Dear audience, just give us a few minutes. We'll be back. Dear viewers, extremely sorry for the inconvenience, but our keynote speaker is having some internet issues. We'll shortly be back. Dear viewers, our keynote speaker will be joining us in a very short while.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
You're audible.
I don't know how I logged out.
Okay. Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry.
And I think there's a
Can you just tell me
disturbance
where I lost
behind
the
you.
connection?
Yeah. I think there's a little noise around you.
No, sir. I'm on a. Yes, sir. Actually, I'm in a public place. I'm really sorry. I tried to find a very quiet corner. Still, it is like that.
Okay, please go ahead.
Is it? Am I audible? Am I audible?
You're audible, sir.
Properly?
Yes, audible.
I want to start the presentation. Thank you, sir. Can you just let me know where my presentation was stopped? Hello.
Screen sharing, sir, it's on, sir. You can go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Connecting. Can you see my screen now, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's another small video, like how the attacks have been launched.
These guys are good. Let's get to work. A hot little startup with a great idea. Their target, a ProPass. Offices in 12 countries, 5,000 staff. You'd think they'd be secure, wouldn't you? Make some noise. Pulse. A smokescreen. A decoy breach to hide what they're really after. Confidential information hidden in the depths of the system.
Still here?
The computer's crashed.
We're in a club. See you Monday.
It's okay for some. Right now, the chances are someone, somewhere, is attacking you. And you don't even know it. Okay, chaps. We're in. I bet you're wondering how they got this far. Give us a smile. Lovely. She's in. Sensitive passwords and system details from a keystroke logger hidden under a desk for 6 months. You got it?
Easy.
These guys, they know it all. Except, a few weeks earlier, a ProPass were hit by a smaller breach. It made the board stop and think how vulnerable they were. So they brought in the experts. It's never just an IT issue. They carried out cybersecurity training from boardroom to basement, identifying what was critical to the business. Threat and intelligence monitoring. They planned a cyber incident response and brought in their own ethical hackers to test the systems and make honeypots to trap the attackers. They reviewed the whole business from New York to Tokyo and devised a game plan for any breach. Make some noise. We're in.
It's a denial of service attack. We're just monitoring the situation.
Have they got into any accounts?
Very clever. Someone else bangs on the windows, while you hide in the cellar.
They're on to us.
I'll try blocking them.
Is it working?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know, Gil. Is it working?
Lena, launch a worm.
These guys are good. They're really good.
They're blocking us.
Try again.
They're blocking us!
Let's try again!
Come. Straight to me. Gotcha. Good? But not good enough.
You're okay. Traffic's blocked.
So, these are the cyber criminals, and they are not working alone now. Usually they were alone 10 years back, 15 years back, but now there are the organized mafias who are working continuously, targeting a lot of systems around the world. Only in the last 2 years, as per Microsoft, we have faced approximately 1.4 million DDoS attacks. DDoS attacks usually happens on the data center servers and usually make them redundant, and they can't work at all. They paralyze the system. One of our clients' data center in Germany, it was under attack yesterday night, and our team was fighting through the night, basically improvising upon the security. So why I'm showing this, there is a cybercrime is increasing, and when the students who are listening, they need to understand that they have a lot of opportunities in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is that much that there is so much cybersecurity professionals required. There are so many cybersecurity professionals required around the world that we are unable to find people right now. It opens a lot of career opportunities. And how the hackers hack your data are we people use weak passwords. We don't value our data. Okay. These are the most common passwords were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody try to use these kind of passwords on their softwares or their emails or somewhere else. And the major problem happens when the password leaks. Major service providers are hacked, like a lot of service providers are hacked. Then their data is being leaked. Millions of passwords are being leaked, which may be sold or dumped on the web for all to see. Then there are brute force attacks by the hackers. They try to use a purpose-made tool to input every possible combination of characters until the correct password is guessed. Right? And there are so many other methods which we can discuss a lot in detail. These are all kind of attacks which happens around the world, round the clock. Okay, so what kind of opportunities it opens for the students? They usually, I will quickly jump to that. Cyber security jobs are in high demand, and it doesn't seem like the need for the more security professional is going anywhere in the foreseeable future. Cyber attacks are only becoming more common and more harmful. And even though we tend to only hear about the attacks of high-profile entities, no company or individuals, for that matter, with an online presence is immune to attack. According to the statistics available, the rate of growth for job in information security is projected at 37%, which is much faster than average for all other occupations. Cybersecurity skill crisis, too many threats and too few professionals. For students who are interested in IT, they have a huge career waiting for them in cybersecurity. This is most demanding right now, and this is going to be most demanding in the very near future. You have, right? So try to focus on this. You will get a lot. So cybersecurity is an incredibly diverse career field. It needs legal, accounting, analysts, business-minded folks who have to mine through data and present it in a logical fashion that is suitable for a broad and suit audience. Cybersecurity talent investment has gone through the roof in the recent years. Universities are announcing cybersecurity degree programs. A lot of universities, not only in US or UK, it's in India now, it's in Oman now. Every other country needs that. Okay, but it is still not enough. We need a lot. So because by 2022, the global cybersecurity workforce will be short by approximately 1.8 million people. So you can imagine that what kind of future is waiting for you and what kind of skills you need to succeed in cybersecurity. A solid technical foundation is key. There are the general skills that are must-haves: understanding architecture, administration, and management of operating systems, networking, virtualization software, programming, software development concepts, and software analytical skills, proficiency in programming, basically. So these kind of skills you need. I'm sure the schools labels are great now, and this kind of events are going to help you a lot in very near future. Okay, so keep working on it. And the cybersecurity domain is, frankly speaking, is a 24/7/365 learning domain. You learn every day, every moment. As soon as you are under attack, you have to learn and you have to improvise immediately. So what other things you need? Basically, you should have the ability to work methodologically, and it is in very detail oriented, eagerness to dig into technical questions and examine them from all sides, enthusiastic and highly adaptable, strong analytical and diagnostic skills, demonstrated skills in innovation and collaboration, keep a current understanding of vulnerabilities, maintaining awareness and knowledge of contemporary standards, practices, procedures, and methods, and ability to get the job done. And finally, examine security from a holistic view, including threat modeling, classification, implementation, testing, vulnerability, and you need to understand the security issues associated with your OS network and virtualization software. And web application security concepts or practices are there. There's so many things which we can discuss, and I'm sure I will be with you very soon as the COVID protocols are eased. So I would love to interact with the students in the school as I spoke to the professor, and then we will have a very long and lengthy session on this. Thank you very much, students, distinguished dignitaries, and everyone for giving me this opportunity on speaking in this dais. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was indeed very motivating. Thank you, sir. It was indeed very motivating. Develop an attitude of gratitude and give thanks for everything that happens to you. And give thanks for everything that happens to you. Now, may I request Mr. Yasser Mohammed, Mr. Yasser School Management Committee, to propose the School Management Committee to propose the vote of thanks. Sir, please. Sir, please.
Warm and cheers morning show, or most valued cheers morning show, or most valued Honorary Mahawar, Minister of India, Honorary Mahawar, Minister of India, Guest of Honor, Dr. Zahran Al-Sati, Guest of Honor, Dr. Zahran Al-Sati, Mr. Rajesh Rana, CEO Stellar Analytics, Mr. Rajesh Rana, CEO Esteemed Chairman of BOD, Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, Esteemed Chairman of BOD, Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, Ashwini Swarikar, Finance Director, BOD, Ashwini Swarikar, Finance Director, BOD, Dr. Sayyid Hassan Jameel, my colleagues, Sayyid Hassan Jameel, Principal, my colleagues, members of BOD, Principal, and the SMC members of all Indian schools, teachers, parents, and my dear friends, and all the viewers of who are witnessing the inaugural ceremony. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who have worked hard to make STAI 2021 inaugural ceremony a grand success. First of all, my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event a grand success. I extend my most sincere gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq for his benevolence, and may God protect him and shower his blessings. On behalf of the host school, I sincerely thank our chief guest, His Excellency Sri Manu Mahawar, Ambassador of India to Oman, who took time out of his busy schedule to grace the occasion. Sir, today we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, and your words are a huge motivation to our future events. I am immensely thankful to the guest of honor, Dr. Zahran Al-Sati, for gracing the occasion with your presence. Your thoughts have enlightened our minds and have shown us a new path. We owe our gratitude to Mr. Rajesh Rana, keynote speaker of the ceremony. Your ideas and elegance of explanation of everything was indeed impressive. Today we were fortunate to have an opportunity to hear you. With deep reverence and gratitude, we sincerely thank our chairman of BOD, Dr. Shivakumar Manickam, for extending his best wishes and his continued support to our school, successful progress of our school. I would like to place on record my deep sense of gratitude to C.A. Ashwini Swarikar, Finance Director, BOD of BOD, Indian Schools Oman, for enlightening address, and I thank her for her constant support to our school. Let me express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Sayyid Hassan Jameel, President of our SMC, and my sincere thanks to all my colleagues in SMC for their commitment and dedication towards the success of STAI 2021. Special mention to our venerable principal, Mr. Deepak Patangal, for being the catalyst who inspired the team to do the best. With deep sense of appreciation, we thank all members of BOD, principals, and SMC members of all Indian schools, even coordinators, the entire STAI team, and our loving teachers for their untiring efforts. Our sincere gratitude goes out to all the parents and well wishes for your support and encouragement. Without your support, children will not be able to excel. Thank you very much for joining this event. Finally, I would like to thank our budding stars, our dear students, for their involvement and impressive performance in STAI 2021. Thank you once again to one and all who witnessed the inaugural ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear viewers, with this, we come to the end of the formal inauguration of STAI 2021. And now it's time to tighten your seatbelts to witness the most exciting battle of the curious and creative minds. We request you all to join the new link in a short while to witness the upcoming event, the Science Debate, after a short break. Thank you.